Hi guys, welcome to my channel. This is OhenebaJoan. Thank you so much for tuning in. So welcome to TheConvo with Jay, and today I have a very special person with me, my mother. So she has been you can stop smiling.
Yeah, you know I'm like that. I like smiling.
So I want this to be very free, so she can feel comfortable and all. So I just decided to bring her with me to my channel because she's been my flatmate in this quarantine period. So I just wanted her to come up here so we talk. So today we're going to be talking about change. Why did I choose this topic, or why did we choose to talk about this today? Because, well, with everything going on in the world right now, COVID-19, so many other issues, a lot of businesses have been affected, families have been affected in a way, people are losing their jobs and all sorts of things. And those, if you're not even losing your job, the way the job is set up is changing, everything is changing. So the question is, how do we deal with this change? You know, how do we deal with change in general? So that's what we will be talking about today. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. Okay, so do you have anything to say before we start?
Hello.
That's all?
Yeah.
Guys, I'll be laughing a lot in this video, but the message is what is important, okay? So first of all, if there's anything I've learned, you can also look at me sometimes.
No problem.
If there's anything I've learned with regards to change, is that change is inevitable. Change is inevitable, so then we can't avoid it. It's always going to come no matter what. And then also what I have learned is that we should always anticipate change, like what we are doing now. We know that things are changing, so you don't just sit there and try to behave as if it's not going to happen, try to deny it, try to push it away, try to resist it, because the moment you do that, it becomes very difficult, right?
Yeah.
And you taught me that too at a certain point.
Yeah. I taught you that.
Yeah.
You smile.
Okay, so yes.
It's like you are very happy today.
Okay, so the second thing is what I said, that change is something that we should always anticipate. Do you have anything to say about that?
Yeah, change is something that we should always be prepared. We should always prepare ourselves for change. Change of the body, change of life, change of anything can happen.
Yeah. Should we do that? Yeah. Change in the body. What are you referring to?
So if you are young, that's how you see yourself. But when you are growing gradually, even when you marry, your body changes.
When you marry or when you give birth?
When you marry, your body can change. And
why?
Then when it happens. It happens. It looks as if when you marry, you be the same. You can change to the worst or the best.
You mean when you marry, in the sense that maybe after you've given birth?
Even if you haven't given birth.
So why would my body change just because I'm married?
It happens.
Then you're talking about the age, you mean?
Not only age. Depends on how you carry yourself. You know, because when you marry, you have attention. I mean, you have to divide your attention. Maybe when you are single, you have time for yourself and all that.
Okay.
So when you marry, you are now two. You don't even have a child. But if you don't carry yourself well, you can change.
Okay, so in that time, so then your body can change at any time.
Anytime.
So you have to be ready.
You need to be conscious about yourself, and also conscious about the situation that changes can come, and you have to be ready that you change for good.
So then if you know that, okay, this can happen, then you can work towards it.
Yeah, every time.
So you know that, okay, I don't even know why she started with marriage. Anyway, so you know that, okay, I'm so then you know that, okay, I'm going to get married. Yeah. We're going to be two people, but I have to still find time for myself.
Yeah. It's not only marriage. Even when you start working,
you have
when you
to
start working, you have stress of work. Maybe in the office, somebody stresses you, or at your job place. But you need to be conscious of yourself.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I've never really thought of that before. So, and then also, like, when you're aging, like your age group, how do you feel? Because then you're changing again.
I'm changing every time.
Yeah, so then you also have to, I know people have issues with, like, even accepting who they are becoming when they are growing. They don't want to grow old. It's like a big problem.
Yeah, some people. But you know how I am. I don't bother too much. If I have to do exercise, I exercise myself if I have time. And I have to work on eat well. I have to always control my food.
So you always have to be conscious about different types of change.
So
you talked about our bodies, which is very important. Yeah. And then what else did you say? And
also I spoke about the working. You know, when you enter into the working class, it's a different situation. And so even if you are stressed at work, your body can change. And you need to be conscious of yourself.
Yeah, but apart from, like, our body's changing, there was other things that you mentioned.
I mentioned like
the things that change in our lives.
Many things anything can change you. You know, even this quarantine can change you if you are not conscious of yourself. Because you always have to be in your world to control your world, because you meet the outside world with different challenges. Okay, so you're saying that there are different things everything is changing around us, you mean? Everything is changing. So we have to know our world, our space, and we have to be the constant factor. Yes, we need to always be the manager of our lives. Yeah. Because we can't just keep changing with everything around us. Yeah. You have to know who you are or where you're standing and be the stable one there. Yes. Yeah, that's interesting. It's very important. Yeah, actually, that's very interesting. I've never really thought of that to that extent. Okay, and what else would you add to it if you have to talk about this period? Like, one thing that comes to mind for me is adapting. Yeah, it's very important because you know, changes itself is like when you don't expect it. You know, when changes come, it's something we didn't expect. COVID-19, but immediately changes come, you should be ready for changes every time. And so what happens is that the moment you start refusing the change, struggling with the change, immediately it has adverse effect on your body. You know, or on you generally, not only your body. Your body. You know, I talk about the body because you need to have peace within you. You know. And then you need to have peace with the world. So when you talk about the body, you're not necessarily talking about physical body. No, psychologically. So you as an individual, is what she's psychologically, emotionally, mentally. I mean, everything, you have to control it. Yeah. In the quarantine time, you have to think of, how do I think? How do I do my things? Am I accepting it? Because the moment you stop, the moment you don't accept it, things begin to happen in your body. Okay. Or things begin to happen to you as an individual. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So then there's no need to resist change. No. Because it's going to come anyway. For example, like, our world is becoming more technological, and in this period they are saying that even if you're a youngster or whoever you are, you should try and accept technology in a way, or try to learn something about it, because the workplace is changing. Even the old people, you know. Yeah, like you at your job, she has to use the navigator and all that, and it's a bit confusing sometimes, but she has to adapt to that, right? So you just have to accept it instead of resisting. You need to accept it, you need to accept it. Yeah, because I remember you told me in the past, I don't know when, but you said before that if you don't accept the change, it's going to slap you in the face. Yeah, that's life. Yeah, so it's better to accept it so that it's a slow process and gradual process. You get acquainted and adapt to it. And so then you slowly detach yourself from your old lifestyle and the old you, than waiting for it to come bam in your face where you have to
from one day to the next, you have to just
It's
change
like
everything.
It's like you are forced into change.
Yeah, and
which
that
is not good.
That's more difficult, isn't it? That's great. Okay.
In fact, during the quarantine time, we never thought that 2020 was going to be like that.
Yeah.
Gradually, they said 1 week, then the other week they said 2 weeks, and then they put us down 1 month, and they continued. And immediately, I had to adapt my mind or to adjust myself and say, oh, we have never stopped in life before, running all over.
Yeah.
So now we are on holidays.
Yeah.
This is a pure holiday. You know, so it's like when there's a change, you need to accept it and immediately adjust yourself and start doing interesting things in the change.
Yeah, so then you find the positive in that change, right?
Yes.
I've also used this time to like do stuff for myself. And you've been seeing me going up and down, doing different things to my face and all that kind of thing. It's just, you know, just to make the best out of that time. So whatever it is, there's always something positive.
Yeah, it's always, I mean,
always turn
life
the
is
situation.
education, you know. Life is education, every level, every stage, anything is it's an education. You don't have to take it negative.
Yeah. So you just pick what is
good. You just pick what is going on, and you just act with according to the season.
Okay, so then that makes a whole lot of sense to me, actually. I'm sure a lot of people can relate. So another thing would be like to stay focused, because obviously they're saying be positive in that time, and I guess you stay focused on the positive aspects of everything, right? Whatever is happening, you have to find the strength. In my opinion, you have to find the strength in you to remain positive, because there's a lot of negativity going on right now. And in this moment, as I'm speaking, there are riots in the US. There's so much going on, and you have to decide what you're going to soak, like the kind of energy you're going to soak in right now. Because some people, not everyone is so strong emotionally. Some people really are beaten down when such moments come, because they just can't handle the negativity around them. So as she said before, I guess you have to be the manager of your life. You have to know what is coming in, what is going out of your life, and all that, right?
Life itself is like swimming in the water. You should know how to manage your body in the water. You don't have to struggle with water. You should be able to swim. I mean, especially when you are swimming in the sea and there are big waves, you should know what to do. You know, the storms of life is just like you in the water, in the sea swimming. That big waves come. There's a technique for big waves, and there's a technique when the water is calm. And so how life goes, you adjust yourself.
You adjust yourself. It's very important. So you have to be flexible in life. You can't be rigid with one way of doing things.
It's very important you control your mind with life. It's not easy.
Another thing would be, okay, right now people maybe, okay, before I talk about people losing their jobs and how to handle it, I'll say that, okay, we should all see, talking about staying positive, we should all see our opportunities, the opportunities that come out of it. So even if my work is changing and I'm forced to change, I would see the positive side of it. The fact that, okay, I'm getting to learn more things in technology, I'm upgrading myself, I'm doing more courses. It's difficult, it's not what I wanted to do at this time of the year, but at least when I come out of this whole situation, I know I have my certificate, I know I have something going on, you know. So seeing the positive and not just concentrating on your fears. Because if life is like swimming, as you were saying, if you concentrate on your fear, you definitely drown. There's no way that you're coming out of it, right?
That's true.
So do you have anything to add to that?
I mean, the truth is what you are saying, because when you are in the sea, you know, the sea is very big, but you need to concentrate on the little part where you are, you know. And you should be able to manage where you are. You don't have to look at the sea in how big it is. You know?
I understand that.
And in life, or in this very moment, many things are going to change. You just have to be calm and see how the changes are going to come by, and then you adjust yourself.
Yeah.
It's very important.
Yeah.
It's
So
very
then we
important.
see the world. Do you have anything?
And also, you have to know you are not alone.
Sure.
You are not alone. Apart from if you are a Christian, you say God is with me.
Yeah.
But you should know that apart from Christianity, you should know that there are many people who are going through it, and you are also one of them.
Yeah.
And you are going to make it.
Yeah. Yeah. So I like what you just said too about the sea. The fact that you should concentrate on your part where you're swimming. Don't think about the fact that, oh my God, I'm in the sea. The sea is huge.
Yeah.
And imagine the big problem. No, just concentrate on your
part,
life, and and the problem becomes smaller.
Yeah.
Like, okay, let me concentrate on just throwing one arm at a time,
Yeah.
throwing one arm at a time, throwing one arm at a time.
So you manage yourself.
Yeah, you
in the
manage
water.
yourself in the sea. That way you don't because just the fear cripples
Yes,
you.
the
Just the
fear will
fear that
kill
I'm
you.
in water.
It
Oh
will
my
kill
God,
you.
it's big.
Yeah.
That's enough to kill you, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's very important, actually.
Because the problem people have is that they normally generalize the thing and put everybody into their shoes. You know, they try to put themselves in people's shoes. You know, but in people's life, you can't manage it. You can manage only your life.
Your life.
So you have to look at your life, and then you manage according to how the waves are carrying you.
And that is not being selfish too.
No, that's not selfish, because even in the regulation of swimmers, before you can help somebody, you need to be ready.
Yeah.
Psychologically.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, so you need to concentrate on
yeah,
yourself.
Yeah. If
first.
psychologically you've not prepared yourself, you can get drowned.
Exactly. Yeah. And what about those who are facing negative things right now? People have lost their family.
Yeah.
Some are losing their jobs, or maybe their jobs have decreased in a way, so then they're going to be paid half the amount they were being paid before, or something is bad. A lot of people's lives are being changed in one way or the other.
Life, as I said from the beginning, is full of changes. You know, the problem many people have is that when they are making life, or when life is going on well for them, they don't have a break to think of other people who don't have at all, how they live. You know, this is the time, if your salary is going down, you have to have a break and think about people who they were not having anything in those days you were earning, and watch how they were living. You know, and so you have to comfort yourself in a way and say, well, at least I've enjoyed till this time, and I know some people were not having anything at all when I was even having it in a brim, and they were able to live. So now I'm going to live according to what I have.
Yeah. So you have to now, if you were someone that spends in a certain way, you have to start decreasing, adjusting yourself slowly. Don't wait for something drastic to happen before you know that you're supposed to adapt. In this moment, like even with the quarantine, we knew in this house that we weren't supposed to eat as much as we would eat on a normal day, because it's just an uncertain period that you just can't be eating like there's no tomorrow. Like you have to start reducing your intake. So even if it's with a job or whatever, if you were buying a bag every month, you have to reduce it. You can't, and you have to accept the fact that I can't live like before, at least for now.
Yeah.
So you adjust for now.
You have to start adjusting now.
Yeah.
And it's like you're looking both sides. If it goes well, I have another. If it doesn't go well, I'll do this.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. You know the African proverb that says, if you look up, or when you look up, you should also look down.
That's the merits and the demerits.
Yeah, so
you're
look
looking
at the positive
up and you're looking
and negative.
down. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. And what about those who are losing relatives?
Those who are losing relatives, it's very difficult. I'm not saying it's not difficult, but what we all have to know is that one way or the other we will go. You know, it's another type of change. It's only that it's unexpected, you know, because some people, they were well, very well, and all of a sudden they had the COVID-19 and they died.
Yeah.
And so it's a bit drastic, but in all these things, we need to learn how to adjust ourselves, because we have to be conscious about it, that one day I will go, you will go, but we don't know when.
Oh, I don't want you to go.
It's like that. It's like that. You need to accept it. Life is like that. We hope for the best. We hope for the best. But let me say, okay, some people died in the COVID, the middle of the COVID. Some people after the COVID or after the lockdown, they released us, maybe they had accident.
Yeah. There are a few accidents in our area, isn't it? Yeah, after the COVID.
So you don't know when. You don't know when. So we are living with hope.
Yeah.
You know, we are living with hope.
So I guess they just have to encourage ourselves.
Yeah, nobody knew that 2020 will be like this.
No.
Yeah.
No. At all.
We need to be ready every time. We are hoping for the best every time, but when the negative comes, we don't have to go into big tantrums that we can't get ourselves anymore. Some people, they leave themselves to go astray, which is bad.
Yeah, so you can't just let yourself go and not take care of yourself again or something. Just allow your life to go downhill. You have to hold on to the reins of your life and also, pull.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay, so now we can start concluding. What would you say to youngsters and what would you say to older people? Like an advice for younger people and then older people.
What I would say to youngsters,
everyone goes through their own
issues.
What
I would say to youngsters is that life is such that we need to accept the moment. We need to accept the moment. What you have at the moment is what you have. And so you need to enjoy what you have. Your age, you are young, just enjoy it. Because there's a time coming, you are not going to be young. And whatever you have, whether the parents have, they don't have, whatever be the case, create a nice atmosphere for yourself. Because what you have is what you have. And in every situation, you can create a nice atmosphere.
Yeah.
For instance, sometimes when I talk to you people, you say you are a weird person. It's not that I understood life very early. I don't worry myself. I make sure that I make myself happy in any situation.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean that I don't have feeling. I have feeling, but I let go easily.
Yeah, like emotions.
Yeah, my emotions, I try to control it. Just 1 minute when there is something that is not normal, just this next moment, let me say an hour or two, I start adjusting myself. As youngsters, you don't have to follow things. I mean, if you are studying, just continue your studies and try to make yourself happy in the little way you can. You don't have to sit down and think of people, what they have in abundance and a whole lot.
And also comparing
and
yourself,
competing
with our Instagram and things.
Yeah,
we see
you don't need to compare and compete.
And bags and
you see me as a mother, I don't I move with mothers, but I don't look at them. It's what I have.
Yeah.
It's what I have. I make myself what I am.
So at every stage, you don't have to compare.
I don't have problem in any
thief
stage.
Of joy for sure.
Yeah.
And don't ever think that someone's life is going
it's
on
complete.
Well.
Nobody is complete.
Yeah.
Because they said there's a proverb in Ghanaian language. You say, "Unko be a fomua."
If you've not gone to someone's farmyard, you don't know exactly what is there.
It goes for the positive and the negative. Sometimes you see somebody that everything is okay in the outside, but it's not true.
Yeah.
When you go to the farmyard, you see what is there.
You
understand what the person is going through. Sometimes maybe you don't have money for certain type of living or certain type of dressing.
The younger ones.
Yes, you force yourself to get there.
Yeah.
All those things, they are a bit too much for you. Why? Because it becomes a load, and psychologically you don't live your normal life. You don't live your normal life.
You are not yourself.
You are not yourself, because you are forcing to get to a place which is not you.
Yeah.
And that's not life.
Nope.
You know, that's not life. And so the same thing applies to the older ones who didn't allow themselves to live their life for the moment. Most of them, I see that when they are growing, they want to go to reverse it. And it's not possible. So try to live according to the moment. Try to live according to your age. Try to live according to your season. If you are a youngster, maybe you marry, you should be happy. I've married. Don't look at the back and look at those who are not married. You've entered into it. Try to enjoy everything of your life.
Yeah.
So that when you are growing, you don't regret anything. Even though I'm growing, I'm more than 50. I'm going to... You're
almost 60.
Yeah, I'm 60. I'm going. 60. You understand? I'm going. But I don't feel any sense of regret in any way, you know. And I try to live for the moment. I eat well because I'm growing and I have to eat well.
So now you're talking to the adults.
Yeah, I'm talking to the youth. I've finished because the youth, they have to just follow.
So now it's the adults.
Yeah, now I'm on the adults. You know you are grown and you continue eating butter and eating very bad food because you think you are young. You are not young.
Okay, and then we are still on the adults. You know, apart from all you've said, some adults too be going through a difficult moment, especially parents and things. They have families. What if maybe they're losing their jobs or something is happening, and you are the leader of your family. You have to manage maybe your kids and things like that. You know, it's not an easy situation to try to manage a family when you're in difficulty.
Yes, with that area, I think it's always better you tell the children the truth.
Yeah.
Because the children, they see everything that is happening. It will depend on the age of your children. Immediately you have to let them start knowing that there is danger ahead of us. We have to eat well, not eating too much and throwing food away. We have to think of how the buyings we buy and anything they are having, they should try not to spoil it. I mean, we don't have to waste anything. We should be able to manage the little we have, and we need to start telling the children in every way. You know, sometimes parents try to hide things. We are not super women and supermen. When there are changes, there are changes, and most of the time I see parents, or I mean, even if man and wife, you see that maybe the woman she'll be behaving like she doesn't see what's going on, which is bad. Like
she still wants the same things that's from the man.
It's not normal. You know, you, the woman, you need to start adjusting yourself. Yeah.
Mom is more of a marriage counselor. That's why you hear her talking about this. Anyway.
And it's very important because the mothers, we stay with the children a lot. So you have to start educating the children, and also you have to know that as a family, you don't think that men are also not pressurized, because it's a moment that we the women have to even hold the men.
I think men are even more pressured when it has to do with the job than women, because women kind of adapt more especially when there's a problem at your job place than men.
We don't have to, I mean, ignore that there's a danger ahead. We need to hold the children. We need to start educating the children. We need to start telling them, Daddy can lose his job. Let's begin to adjust ourselves, and we are hoping it doesn't happen like that. And so the children will also start doing what? Adjusting themselves. You prepare them.
And what about the men?
And the men also, they need to know that no condition is permanent in life. No condition is permanent, and so you don't have to be violent. Because I heard in the quarantine time, there were domestic violence.
There's an increase in domestic violence.
This life I mean, the changes will come. And the men also have to be calm. You know, you need to be intentional. You have to intentionally be calm. No matter what is going on in your family, you have to know that the women are suffering, the children are suffering, everybody is suffering around you. And so you need to create an atmosphere. The men also they should start creating atmospheres that are more pleasant.
Yeah.
It's not, that moment is not the time that you want to stay the way you are and impose on children, on the woman and all that. That's not the time you do that. You have to know everybody is under pressure, and so you have to also be what? Flexible.
And I know men don't like showing maybe when they have issues. A lot of them tend to hide it. So it's also a way you have to communicate.
You have to communicate.
Because women, they can't really, we are not in your shoes. Your wife cannot imagine everything you're going through. But if you can communicate more, then you make it easier for her to reach you in a way, right?
Yeah, that's very important.
And not only like your wife, everyone around you. When you make communication easier, this and this is what I'm going through, you make it's just easier to be around you generally.
I know if you tell your friends, now I'm losing my job, at least your friend can be looking around to see if he can get you something.
Like if you communicate more.
You need to communicate.
Yeah. Because if you don't communicate, no one knows where you're going through, no one can help you.
We need to be interdependent in this very moment.
Yeah.
Very interdependent.
And don't, if you also have like moments where you're depressed, don't keep it to yourself.
Don't keep it to yourself.
Make sure you have people that you talk to and hang around with people. Don't just stay.
Don't hide yourself.
Yeah. Call, I don't know, you have friends.
You can call people who
just
you
do something.
Talk to. You don't have to hide yourself. You need to talk to somebody.
Yeah.
We have to prepare our hearts and hold on.
Yeah.
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 And we don't have to immediately
give up.
Yeah, we don't have to give up easily.
Yeah.
It's very important in every area of our lives. Yeah.
So yeah, do not give up. Yeah, don't give up. Hold on tight, as she said. We are Christians, so if you share our faith, pray in this period, worship in this period, do phone calls with other believers to encourage yourself.
I don't know if I can say something, you know, because some people, even pastors, can get depressed.
Oh yeah.
They are not above that.
Leaders get depressed too. She's adding to it.
Yeah, they can get depressed.
So it doesn't mean you're a leader so you cannot get depressed. No. And don't see your leader to be almighty.
You are not almighty.
They are all human beings. Yeah. Presidents will get depressed probably in this period. Yeah.
They never expected this.
Yes.
And they had their plans.
I think of our Prime Minister sometimes. Like, he will really be depressed. Like, I mean, that time when it was serious. Yeah.
That's when he cried.
Yeah, he shed a few tears.
It was too much for him.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so we have to take life easy.
Take life easy. Okay. Thank you so much for joining me on my channel.
Thank you. Thank you.
And hopefully you come again for another where we talk about another topic or something like that very soon.
You're welcome.
Okay, so guys, thank you for listening to us. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you got something out of this that you can apply in your life. I wish you the best in this period, and just remember to always be the best version of yourself. Always hold on, don't give up, because the best is yet to come, and I believe that. Okay, thank you so much, and see you in my next video. Bye.
Bye.
You look here, because that's where the camera is. Don't look at yourself, look on top of you. You see this bar here? Look, keep looking at that bar. That's where the camera is. Because if you look here, it won't look as if you're looking at the audience. It looks like you're looking somewhere else. Okay, are you ready?